my channel. So today I'm going to do another tutorial using the Nikkie Tutorials and Too Faced collaboration. And here is the palette. It is so freaking adorable. I love the cheetah print and the gold. Ugh, Nikkie, Too Faced, you did so good. Like, this is so freaking cute. I could just like hang this on the wall and just never use it, but it's good, so I gotta use it. The inside of the palette looks like this right here. You get 9 shadows in all, 2 blushes, a highlight, and a contour shade. And this is the Chocolate Soleil bronzer. So this has been around for quite some time, and it actually, no joke, smells just like cocoa. Like, it is so amazing. Whenever I open this palette, my entire room smells like hot cocoa. It's just so good. You should try it just for that alone. There is a good mix between mattes and shimmers, so pretty good bang for your buck. The 2 blushes right here are amazing. This one right here has a little bit of a peach shimmer to it, and this one is completely matte. This is the highlighter right here. This highlighter isn't super over the top. It's pretty natural. It just gives like a really healthy looking glow. Nothing sparkly, and it's really finely milled, so it applies really smoothly and it doesn't get chunky or anything like that. So yeah, needless to say, this palette is definitely one of my go-to palettes right now. Every single day since I've got this palette, I've used it and I love it. And then not only do you get the palette for 56 bucks, but you get some additional items in this little bag right here, which is also just as cute as the palette because it's the same exact as the palette. So the very first thing that you get inside the bag is the Better Than Sex mini size purple mascara, and I use this on my bottom lashes today. Super pretty, very vibrant. It covered up my brown lashes perfectly. The next thing in the palette is going to be this Glamour dust called Glitterly. This is so pretty. I put it on the inner corners of my eyes today just to brighten it up, and woo, this glitter is not playing. Like, I will try to show you without spilling it everywhere, but whew, honey, look at that. Look at that glitter. I love it. I'm gonna get it everywhere. And then there are 2 more things in here. You get the Too Faced Shadow Insurance. This is just a eyeshadow primer. I've worn it the past 3 days, and so far so good. It's made my eyeshadow last. It's made it apply very smoothly, and yeah, I like it so far. And the next thing that's in the bag is this Too Faced Sketch Eyeliner. This is so freaking good. Like, I used to be all about the Kat Von D tattoo liner, and this is definitely going to replace it. It is just as good as that, and I just love it so much. So yeah, you get the palette, and then you also get everything that's in that bag for 56 bucks, which is freaking amazing. Like, I just think that you can get a full face out of all of this. I mean, obviously you have to have your foundation and stuff, but like for your eyes, your bronzer, your blush, your highlight, your eyeliner, your mascara, you basically get it all. I was super impressed with this palette, and it's going to definitely be a go-to palette, and I can't wait to get more use out of it. If y'all want to see any more looks with it, just go ahead and let me know in the comments down below what exactly you would like to see. So yeah, that is going to be it for today's video. Don't forget to give it a thumbs up, subscribe for more to come, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye guys! So let's go ahead and get started with this tutorial. First, I'm going to take the Too Faced Shadow Insurance and just prime my eyelids so that they will be good and smooth and ready for the eyeshadow. This is just going to make sure that our shadow lasts all day long. And first I'm going to go in with this shade called Ivy. This is just a matte white, and we're just going to use this to kind of cover up the veins in our eyelids and just make sure we have a smooth base for all the other shadows to blend on top of. And I'm going to go in with this cool tone brown called Painkiller, and I'm just going to use this to buff into the crease. This is just going to be our transition shade to place all the other shadows on top of, and then we are going to go in and blend it all out. And I'm going to go in with Makeup and Chill. I love this shadow so much. It is so chocolatey and beautiful, and I'm using the little plastic insert that came with the palette just to give me a really nice sharp line, and I'm basically just patting this into the outer V and just kind of blending it into the crease. And that just created a really nice looking sharp outer corner. And now I'm going to go in and just soften it up a little because it can get a little bit harsh. And then I'm going to take that same shadow and just apply it to the inner corner and kind of connect the inner corner to the outer corner. And this is just going to give us that blown out smoky effect. And then of course go in and blend it to perfection. And I'm going to go in with this shade called Irresistible. This is a really pretty golden shimmer. I like to wet my brush before applying this shadow just because that's a good way of making the shadow as intense as it possibly can be. And I am applying this all over the entire lid from the inner corner to the outer corner. Next, I decided to take a little bit of this pink shimmer called Sugar Coated, and I'm going to wet my brush once again and just apply this to the very inner corner just because I wanted to kind of create a ombre effect with the gold and the pink. And now to deepen things up a little in the outer V, I'm going to take this shade called Wanted, and this is just a matte black, and then I'm going to also, once again, take that plastic insert just to make sure I get a really defined outer V. And now let's blend that bad boy in so we don't have any harsh lines whatsoever. Now with the Too Faced Sketched Liner in black, I'm just going to do a quick wing liner off camera and then also apply my Vegas Grain Glamour lashes. And now I'm going to take the Maybelline Fit Me Concealer in 25 Medium. I like to use this technique just to hide some of my acne. So basically, I'm just going to put this on before my foundation just to kind of make that extra layer so we have a little bit more coverage. For foundation, I'm going to take the Milani Conceal Plus Perfect 2-in-1 Foundation Plus Concealer in 04 Medium Beige. That was a mouthful. I'm basically just going to apply this with a beauty blender. I actually just did a first impressions on this foundation, and I will leave that in the bottom bar down below if you would like to see that. But yeah, this foundation is bomb.com. And I'm going to take my Urban Decay Naked Skin Concealer in Light Neutral, and I'm going to create 2 triangles underneath both of my under eyes, and this is just going to help brighten the under eye area and just make you look wide awake. And then I like to put that on my forehead, down the center of my nose, on my Cupid's bow, and I also like to apply it right underneath where I would apply my bronzer, and this is just going to be a good guideline to make sure that I don't go below that line. And then obviously I'm going to use my Depin Beauty Blender and just blend it all out. And now let's do some baking. I'm going to take this very broken powder by Coty, the Airspun powder, and just put this underneath my under eyes, and I'm going to let it bake for about 5 to 10 minutes while I work on the rest of my face. And this is just going to make sure that your under eye concealer does not budge all day long. And I'm going to set the rest of my face with this Revlon Nearly Naked powder in medium. This is honestly my go-to powder from the drugstore. It's just so natural looking. It does not make me look cakey whatsoever. And it goes like perfectly with that Milani foundation. So definitely check it out if you're in the market for a new powder. And then I'm going to go in with the same brush and just dust off the baking from underneath my eyes. Next, I'm going to go in with this shade called Wham Bam. I wanted to add a brighter color to the lower lash line just to make things pop a little more. And this is such a beautiful purple, and it blended out so well. So yeah, I'm just going in and blending that into the lower lash line, and you just want to make sure you blend out all the harsh lines. And then next, I decided to go in with a little bit of that matte black. I just really wanted to make sure that the bottom was as smoky as the top. So I just added this to the very outer part of the eyes, and then I go in and make sure that it blends well with the purple. And then of course I'm going to highlight my brow bone with that Ivy shade, and it was such a good highlight for the brow bone. I'm definitely going to be using this more often with different looks. And then I'm just going to take this Urban Decay Perversion liner. This is a really good liner. It stays in the waterline all day long, so I highly recommend it. And I'm going to apply that to the top line just to make sure my lashes blend well, and also to the bottom waterline. And then I decided to go in with this purple mascara that came with the palette, and this is so pretty with the purple shadow on the lower lash line. It just really made my lashes pop, and yeah, I loved it. Now I'm going to go in with the Glitterly Glitter, and I'm just going to apply this to the inner corner of the eyes. This is just going to make the inner corners pop. And now I'm going to bronze my skin up with this Chocolate Soleil bronzer that literally smells just like chocolate. Like, I want to eat it every time I use it, but I know that would probably be a little dangerous. But yeah, I'm just basically going to apply this everywhere that I would bronze up my skin. Now let's blush those cheeks up. I went in with this blush called Justify My Love, and this bad boy was pigmented. So make sure you use a super light hand. But yeah, besides it being super pigmented, I mean, it's amazing. I've never tried a Too Faced blush, and I definitely will try more out because that one was so good. Now let's get some highlight on those cheekbones. I'm going in with the highlight from the palette called Champagne Truffle. This is kind of like a pinky tone highlight. It's not over the top at all, so I really like it for like everyday wear. Now let's set all this makeup to make sure that it stays in place all day long. I'm just taking the Urban Decay All Nighter Spray and setting that. And I'm going to go in with this Soft Matte Lip Cream in Zurich and this Wet n Wild Lip Gloss in Raised in Good Corals. And I'm just going to use that to finish off the lips. And that is the completed look. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure you give this video a thumbs up if you liked it and subscribe for more to come. Bye, loves!